I spent 40 years chasing the horizon. Engines humming beneath my boots, salt stinging my beard, letters from home tucked in my chest pocket. Every paycheck went to them. My wife Adora and our son Chuka. Summers in Santorini, designer handbags, boarding school in England. I made sure they never knew lack. Before I tell you the twist, if you've ever sacrificed everything for someone, this story is for you. Hit that like button, share it with someone who'll feel it, and subscribe for more. Drop your name and location in the comments. You might get a shout out in the next story. Today's shout out goes to Evelyn from Birmingham, UK. Thanks for riding this wave with me. But when I came home for good at 62, limping from a bad knee and a life at sea, the welcome was cold. Adora was busy. Chuka was aloof. And my house, didn't smell like home. It reeked of expensive cologne I'd never worn. By the third week, the truth dropped like an anchor. Adora had been playing house with a man young enough to call me sir. Half my properties? Sold. My savings? Bled dry. Chuka? Not even mine. Then came the stroke. The stroke didn't come like thunder. It came slow. A numb hand, slurred words, my legs folding under me as I reached for a photo of my boy. Next thing I knew, I was in a hospital bed, smelling like antiseptic and regret. No visitors, no flowers, just the soft beep of a machine and a ceiling I'd stared at for 5 straight days. That's when I called Tunji. We'd served on tankers back in '89, back when we thought the sea would make us legends. I hadn't spoken to him in years. Pride will do that to a man, but when he heard my voice, he drove 5 hours to see me. He didn't say much, just sat there peeling an orange, handing me slices, and nodding like nothing had changed. "Let's get you back," he said finally. "And when we do, we burn the whole illusion down." That was the first time I smiled in weeks. Rebuilding was slow. I couldn't grip a spoon steady, let alone hold a pen. But Tunji showed up every morning at 7 a.m. sharp, old thermos in hand, pouring me hot ginger tea like we were still out on deck. We moved into a small flat on the outskirts of Port Harcourt. Humble place, peeling paint, but the quiet helped me think. Helped me remember who I was before I became someone else's provider. I started digging into what Adora had sold, whose name was on the titles where the money went. And more importantly, who it went to. The boy's name was Tobe, 29, gym-bodied, fake Rolex, loud on Instagram. He called Adora Queen in public, but behind closed doors, he was draining her and laughing about it. I found his burner account. He was mocking me. Every post was a breadcrumb. Every caption, a dare. So I picked up the phone and called Tunji again. "Remember that tech kid from our crew? The hacker?" He laughed. "The one who used to spoof Nigerian Navy signals for fun?" "Yeah, him. Let's pay him a visit." We found AO in a cluttered flat in Suralere, now running a cybersecurity firm out of his living room. Same thick glasses, same smirk. I told him everything. Showed him screenshots. Explained how my name had been scrubbed from deeds, businesses, even my son's birth certificate. He leaned back, cracked his knuckles. "You want legal or loud?" I looked him dead in the eye. "I want both." 3 weeks later, the plan was in place. We started with a fake business pitch. Adora had always been greedy for social clout. AO created a fake international luxury brand, fancy logo, flashy website, and offered her a women's empowerment ambassadorship, complete with a staged interview on a podcast we rented for 1 hour. She showed up dripping in gold, speaking in that forced British accent she wore like a wig. Then came the twist. The host asked her about her husband's death. "My late husband?" She blinked. "Yes. Captain Emeka died 3 years ago. Stroke." I was backstage, watching it live, very much alive. We posted the clip online, alongside court records, deed transfers, and even the DNA report. It went viral in under 2 hours. By sundown, I wasn't just trending. I was resurrected. By the time the dust settled, Adora's name was everywhere, but not in the way she liked. Her business partners dropped her. The fake lover? Gone the moment the money dried up. And Chuka, or rather, the boy I once called son, sent a long email. No epalegi. Just confusion. I didn't reply. Some things are better left unanswered. I moved to Cape Verde. Tunji joined me a month later. We opened a small guest house by the sea, called it Second Wind. Fitting name for two old sailors who weathered betrayal and came out freer. Sometimes guests recognize me. "Aren't you that guy?" they ask, half smiling. I just nod. Used to be. And every now and then, someone sends me a video, another podcast dissecting my story, calling it the boldest comeback in African internet history. I don't flinch anymore. I earn the silence I now live in. The ocean still sings at night. And for the first time in decades, I sleep with both eyes closed. If this story spoke to your soul, smash that like button, share it wide, and drop your name and city in the comments. I might shout you out next. Today's shout-outs go to Malik from Atlanta and Priya from Nairobi. Thanks for sailing with me.